Welcome to Decode the Plot. Today you're about to experience a love story set in an era where desire was power, where women were treated as property, and where one woman dared to rise above it all with her brilliance, beauty, and courage. This is the story of Veronica Franco, set in the breathtaking, seductive city of Venice. The movie opens with a striking image: a courtesan floating gracefully in a gondola, dressed in luxurious silk, the men around her losing all sense of direction, falling into the canal in pure distraction. A mother quickly covers her young son's eyes. This is Venice, beautiful, wild, and dangerous. We cut to a modest room filled with young girls practicing sewing and embroidery. This is where we meet Veronica for the very first time. A fair, graceful young woman with intelligent eyes, secretly reading a book under the table. Her mother, who trains girls to become proper wives, enters the room. Veronica quickly hides her book. But the moment her mother leaves, Veronica fakes a fainting spell, jumps up, and escapes outside with her best friend Beatrice. They have one mission: to watch the courtesans parade. The boats drift by, beautiful women in silks, jewels, grace. Veronica's eyes widen in fascination. And then she notices someone familiar in a gondola, Marco, Beatrice's brother, the young senator. Beatrice runs to hide, but Veronica watches curiously. Marco kisses a courtesan, and something shifts inside Veronica, jealousy she has never known before. Later that day, Marco returns home. Beatrice hugs him, and Marco finally notices Veronica, now grown into a stunning young woman. Their eyes lock. Their hearts understand what their minds haven't yet realized. They are in love. That night, Veronica writes him a love letter. Her brother catches her, teasing her, until they both hear singing outside. Marco is in a gondola beneath their window, singing to her. Veronica sneaks out, joins him silently, and together they drift on the moonlit canal. Their love deepens instantly and grows over time. At Beatrice's wedding, Veronica and Marco dance together, glowing with happiness. But during the celebration, Marco's father reminds him of the harsh truth. A nobleman cannot marry a girl of Veronica's class. He tells Marco he may enjoy her company, but never marry her. Veronica and Marco sneak away and make love for the first time. Veronica whispers her dreams of marrying him, but Marco breaks the news. They can never be wed. Heartbroken, she runs home in tears. Her mother comforts her and reveals a shocking truth. She was once a courtesan herself. She explains that a courtesan is the only path for a woman of their class to gain power, wealth, education, and perhaps even Marco. At first, Veronica refuses the idea, but eventually she understands. This is the only way to survive in a world built by men. Her mother begins training her. The art of seduction, the power of intelligence, the elegance of conversation, the ability to read a man's heart, and above all, never falling in love, because love is the one thing a courtesan cannot afford. Veronica learns fast. Her brilliance shines. Finally, she is introduced to her first patron, Minister Ramberty. At a poetry gathering, Veronica stuns everyone with her wit and intelligence. The entire room is enchanted. Even Marco notices her, now transformed into a woman who can hold an entire court in her palm. Her night with Ramberty becomes her first step into a new world. Her mother gives her medicine the next day to prevent pregnancy, a necessary precaution for courtesans. Soon, Veronica becomes one of the most admired women in Venice. During a grand ball, her fellow court companion Maffeo asks her to spend the night with him. Veronica politely refuses because they are equals in rank. Maffeo is enraged. The next day, he insults her during a poetry duel, calling her a whore. But Veronica fights back with her razor-sharp words, humiliating him in front of the crowd. Furious, Maffeo challenges her to a sword fight. Veronica accepts. Her quickness stuns the audience and she defeats him. In humiliation, Maffeo slaps her, and Marco bursts in, furious, slaps Maffeo back and carries Veronica home in his arms. Their bond deepens. But this is dangerous territory. Veronica tries to resist her feelings. A courtesan must love the act of love, not the man, but she cannot help herself. Marco, now married, is still deeply in love with her. He is called away to war. Before leaving, he spends stolen nights with Veronica. She cancels all her appointments just to be with him, ignoring her mother's warnings. His wife is left alone. Venice begins to whisper. Venice needs ships for the upcoming war. Their only hope, King Henry of France. The Venetian leaders decide to send their greatest courtesan, Veronica. When Marco returns briefly to escort the court, he panics at the thought. What if the king wants her? And the king does notice her instantly. He requests her company for the night. Veronica cannot refuse. Her city depends on her. Marco is shattered, but the king grants Venice the ships. In anger and heartbreak, Marco leaves for war again, accusing her of letting all men own her. She fires back, reminding him that he, too, belongs to another woman. A devastating plague sweeps across Venice. The once magnificent city becomes a silent graveyard. Rumors spread, started by jealous men like Maffeo, that God is punishing Venice for embracing harlots and courtesans. Courtesans are chased, beaten, and cast out. Marco hears the news on the battlefield and races back to Venice. He reaches Veronica just in time. They embrace in terror and relief. Veronica's world is collapsing. Her mother has died of the plague. As Veronica sends her mother's body for burial, a furious mob gathers, blaming her for the city's misfortune. Marco shields her, fighting to protect the woman he loves. But the church intervenes. Messengers of the Holy Inquisition arrive. They seize Veronica and summon her to stand trial. Marco tries to stop them, but he has no power against the church. Veronica is arrested. The Inquisition wants a scapegoat. They accuse Veronica of witchcraft, heresy, and corrupting Venice. She stands in chains, trembling, but refuses to break. The women of Venice, the very same wives who once envied her, come to the tribunal. At first, they seem silent. But then one brave woman steps forward, and then another, and another. They defend Veronica. They say, "It is not her beauty that took our husbands, it is her education. Teach us so we may keep our husbands' minds." The court is stunned. Marco then steps forward, declaring his love for her publicly, risking everything. And then all the noblemen who once enjoyed Veronica stood for her. The Inquisition, unable to punish a woman supported by the people, releases her. Veronica walks out, free, but scarred forever. Veronica and Marco reunite, not as lovers who can be married, but as two souls destined to love each other beyond the rules of their world. In the end, Veronica's name becomes immortal. Not because she was a courtesan, but because she dared to be educated, brave, compassionate, and unapologetically herself. And that was the breathtaking, heartbreaking journey of dangerous beauty. A story of a woman who dared to rise above the limits of her time, who fought with her mind, loved with her whole heart, and became a legend in a world determined to silence her. If this story moved you, inspired you, or kept you watching till the end, make sure to like the video, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss another deep cinematic breakdown from Decode the Plot.